Hey, today is November 21st, 2022. You are most welcome to the life of the elusive Homo sapien. Today I got a message from the BC Ministry of Poverty Creation, and didn't say who it was or what their position was, but they want to talk to me on the phone, and they kind of are giving me the chore to borrow a phone somewhere. But they're not saying very much about how prepared they are to discuss my case, because they've been told that I sent a letter to their minister of that ministry. So I responded a particular way that I've already posted on my Facebook. But if they don't prove to be supportive and taking me seriously as a person whose file wants to be bought so I could leave with dignity in a place where I've been abused by the nonsense of Canadian society, while also trying to be of service. There's as many vlogs of my proof that I'm trying to be of service here, either as a paid worker or a volunteer, and I'm still not finished posting these, that there is of me being victimized by government agencies and their public servants. So one thing I could say, if he's argumentative, is let's just review one subject, the boots I just got after more than a year and a half. These are going to be basic math questions, so you can have a calculator or a paper and pen. Okay, and I'm going to ask questions in relation to how much. The boots, let's say they're $200. Okay, and I got a little bit of discount, which a few people that or agencies paid for these benefited from. But if you look at the expenses that I took on for these boots, is you're looking at, if you do the basic math, I'm going to ask the questions, how many times did I go there? How many times did I do this? On Vancouver Island, in the Kootenays, for boots, is I took on expenses of more than the value of the boots. A person that is having shunning and closed doors in my face all the time for employment, when I've got 3 post-secondary diplomas and more diplomas and skill sets of many industries. Sure, my references are old now because, more doors are being shut in my face. Now, the other math I'm going to ask them to do is how much they think the medical people that sign something, or the service providers of various agencies received in their salaries, not just for the acquiring of these boots, but in all the visits that I did for the acquiring of these boots. Now, for that, for how long it took and how many public servants worked on files where the notes are so bad because you don't have one worker, you have all these other people that are clueless, and you got to start over every time with them. Well, pretty much you're looking at 10 times the amount of the boots, $2,000. Wow. Okay, so they laundered money on themselves for 10 times the value of the boot. My expenses exceeded the boot. And all the time I didn't have a boot is likely a reason I got refused to be a volunteer for search and rescue, because this guy's so poor he doesn't live in a functional motorhome. We can't rely on him to be search and rescue because search and rescue is supposed to have their own gear. We don't have a budget for it in British Columbia because it's pushed up to these elites already with jobs. So if I do this basic math in a recorded conversation, and whether they give me permission to record it or not, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, we're at a crucial stage of my history in Canadian society, and I'd like to continue my beliefs of living a transparent life and make a record of it. And you're getting paid, and if you don't think you're a bad person and your policies make sense and all this stuff, there's no valid reason why you should refuse this unless you admit to being a bad guy.